Right, hello again. One sec now, I'll just get organized. It all comes into play. Just getting all the streaming organized. The meditation's coming. It's coming soon. One sec. I'm streaming to YouTube and to Facebook at the same time as Instagram, so it's all a bit, complicated. Just to make sure I'm in the right place. Look, see on Instagram I'm off now. I've gone too far. There's that. Now is my head in a better place. Okay. My head is in the right place. Great. Right. How are you? You good? You well? All good? Day going well? Yeah. Well, it's okay if it's not, but I hope it is. Time for a bit of meditation. This isn't a class. It's just a chance to meditate together. I meditate throughout the day. In fact, today is one of the days I see people for one-to-one sessions, so I pretty much spent the whole day meditating. Anyway, this is the meditation I do on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So if you are familiar with meditation, that's brilliant. If you could just hang on for a minute, though, while I explain what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new to meditation. Because meditation is one of those things that people, they read about and then they quietly will say to me if it comes up, what do you actually do? So, if you read about meditation, you should just automatically know what to do. So, I'll just explain a little bit about what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new. And for me, it starts with why I would meditate. I'm trying to connect with a part of myself that I connect to every night when I'm asleep. Not the dreaming bit, the bit after dreaming. So I'm dreaming and then I fall out the bottom of dreaming into deep dreamless sleep, where I have no memory of being there. I've got no thoughts when I'm there, not that I know of anyway. I've got no body, I've got no stories, I sort of cease to exist in the way that I normally register my existence, which sounds terrible. I mean, that sounds like death. And yet I love going to sleep. Now, it's not like I'm clutching the bed sheets going, I don't want to stop existing. I love going to this place. And when I wake up in the morning, I feel refreshed. So even though my mind can't get to this place, I know it's a good place. So that's the place I want to get to when I'm meditating. I just want to do it consciously. So, as I say, my mind can't really get there. So I have to make a little arrangement with my mind where I say, could you just not think for the next 15 minutes while I do some meditation? And my mind is, at this stage, it wasn't always the case, there used to be more resistance, but at this stage it's like, yeah, fine, I've read about meditation, I've got lots of ideas about meditation, I've got lots of concepts about meditation, I like the idea of being a meditator, so yeah, I'm up for it, let's do that. So that's good. And then to stop thinking is easy enough, because regardless of the content of the thoughts themselves are just pictures and sound. So if I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, I'm not thinking. And once that happens, I'm into the practice of meditation. Now, the practice of meditation runs parallel to the intention of meditation. So my intention is to go to this deep, beautiful, mysterious, still, calm, all the things you read about meditation, to go to that place. And the practice of meditation starts with turning off the pictures and the sound, stopping thinking. And then a little bit of time will pass and I'll discover that I'm thinking again. So I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound. I stop thinking again. Then a little bit more time will pass and I'll turn off the pictures and I'll turn off the sound. And then a little bit more time will pass and I'll discover that I'm thinking again. I think I left that bit out. Anyway, it's a process of repeatedly bringing my mind back to not thinking. Over and over again. That's it. That's the practice of meditation. Now, I'm alerting you to that because people say things to me like when the subject of meditation comes up, they'll say, no, I tried it. It's not really for me. I was thinking the whole time. I think I've got a very busy mind. It's just, no, it's not for me. Which is a shame because I think it just comes from not knowing about the practice of meditation and how the two go together. And comes from sort of reading about meditation and getting the idea that to meditate, your mind is like a lake and there can't be a ripple on the lake. It's got to be completely still and calm, which is wrong in my experience. The two go together. There are moments where it's like completely peaceful and still and beautiful and everything that we mentioned. But there are other times when your mind comes in and thinks, because my mind is just used to thinking. I think all the time. So while it's enthusiastic about the idea of meditation, it's very hard for it to just stop completely. And also, it's missing the point, because for sure to go to this place is powerful. But then also the process of bringing my mind back from thinking all the time to not thinking, that's very powerful as well. Because the thoughts that I think about are not abstract. They're about me. They're really personal. I'm thinking about the things that are bothering me or things I'm trying to figure out. So for me to kind of go, oh, I'm thinking, turn off the pictures, turn off the sound, bringing myself back to not thinking, I'm indirectly saying to myself, hey, you see that thought that you thought was you one instant ago? Well, now you've just turned that off and you're still here. So you're not those thoughts. You're something else. That's pretty powerful. Okay, so if you're thinking a lot during the meditation, don't worry about it. You're doing fine. I don't even think about how often I find myself thinking, because I know the power is in bringing it back all the time. Just keep bringing yourself back. Keep turning off the pictures, turn off the sound. Now, while all that is going on, now hang on, let me just see if there's any questions before I go on to the next bit. Okay, just thumbs up and saying hello generally. Great. Okay, so while all that's going on, I am also becoming more aware of my body, and I'm letting go of any tension that I come across in my body. And when I have my eyes closed, it's a bit too vague in there, so I have a system. I scan my body from my head down to my feet and back up again very slowly, and anywhere I find tension, I let it go. And I use my out breath to let it go, because it's natural to just breathe away the tension. But it's also a good way to remember to breathe, because I know this sounds strange, but it's easy to hold your breath or to stop breathing completely when you're meditating. So using my breath to let go of tension is a good way to stop doing that. Also, when I'm scanning my body, I'm paying particular attention to areas that go transverse or across my body. Mostly my body runs, head to toe. Anywhere that goes across acts a bit like a log gone across a stream. It just has a tendency to accumulate the leaves and the twigs and the branches that come downstream, except in my body it's tension. So I'm checking my eyes particularly, my jaw, my tongue, the base of my neck, my shoulder girdle, all my joints, so my shoulder, my elbows, my wrists, my fingers, my heart area, my respiratory diaphragm, my intestines, all my intestines, my pelvic floor, my hips, my knees, my ankles, and my toes. If you're new, a nice quiet room is very helpful, where you're not going to be disturbed. You need a bit of quiet when you're starting out, because one of the things that triggers thoughts is little noises, and of course as soon as you close your eyes, your ears amplify. You can hear things in the next house that you hadn't even noticed before. So yeah, the quieter the better. I encourage you to sit up when you're doing this. Don't lie down. If you lie down, you'll fall asleep. Nothing wrong with falling asleep, but the intention is to go into this place consciously, not unconsciously. So if you don't fall asleep, you'll battle sleep. So yeah, sit up. You don't have to sit in the lotus position or anything. Just sit in a chair, but don't sit in a super comfy chair that you might fall asleep in, because it's pretty much the same as lying down. Just sit. I'm just sitting in a normal kind of chair. And then I set a timer for how long I'm going to meditate for. And again, that's just to help my mind. I just give it one less thing to think about. Because if I didn't set a timer, I would be wondering how long the time had gone. And if you're new, I'd encourage you to set your timer for like 5 minutes. I'm going to set mine for 15, because we're doing 15 minutes. But I'd encourage you to set yours for 5 and then repeat that 3 times. Because 15 minutes is a long time if you're not used to it, even with a timer. Can't think of anything else. So, let me get going here. Yeah. Okay, off we go into the mystery. Right, if you feel like you've gone very deeply into yourself, then, and you need to come back from there, then, you know, take your time before you open your eyes. Or if you feel like you can hold the inner space and the outer space at the same time, then great, just open your eyes. Okay, well, thanks very much for meditating with me. This is all part of the Further Emergence work that I do. Further Emergence is just a name for if you're going through like a growth spurt, but on the inside. What that can feel like is just disorientation or physical symptoms or all sorts of things. You know, people describe it as like, oh, I just woke up one morning and I was like, how did I get here? Oh, I don't really recognize myself in my life. That can happen waking up in the supermarket or waking up in a traffic jam, or just a feeling of disorientation, and that everything looked one way yesterday and it's just different today. So it can be very disorienting. So I do these meditations, I do Zoom groups every Friday night, and I see people for one-to-ones as well. So if that's, you know, that sort of speaks to you, it's all on its own separate thing. So there's the Further Emergence Facebook page, Further Emergence Instagram account. It's on YouTube. All these are on YouTube, and all the Zoom groups are on YouTube. So yeah, have a look at those if that's of interest to you. Okay, so see you tomorrow for some more meditation. Bye.